Hey everybody, this is Blue, and this is going to be a very controversial video. So I got to start with a disclaimer of always try to support the official release of any book, movie, music. Okay, let's try to follow the law here. No criminal activities. The Trove was a website, or I should actually say is a website in which you can go and download PDFs of role-playing books, modules, source books, whatever. And it was cool, but it was also highly illegal. There are copyright laws in the country and around the world. Downloading a copyrighted book is infringing on the owner's copyrights. You are stealing, basically, and you are taking away their ability to make money. So there are good companies out there, and so let's not try to screw over somebody that's putting out good product, okay? So we should go to the legal definition, and yes, it is illegal to download, make copies of material that is protected by copyright. However, all that is illegal is not criminal. Okay? Copyright, for the most part, is a civil statute with civil remedies. Example, the copyright holder can sue you for money. All right, so that is important to know. Criminal copyright infringement is much more limited than civil copyright infringement. The copyright portion of the Copyright Act states that it is criminal act to willfully infringe copyright. One, for the purposes of commercial advantage or private gain, try to make some money. Two, for reproducing or distributing within 180 days one or more copies of works with a retail value of more than $1,000. Yes, some of those print RPG books are getting expensive out there, but nothing close to $1,000. Or three, by distributing a work being prepared for commercial distribution, i.e. a work that has not been released for sale to the public by a copyright holder, but that it will be made available, or a movie that is currently playing in the theater. Okay. So it is not criminal to download a PDF as long as you never try to sell it or mass distribute it in any way, shape, or form. You can download it, you keep it in your computer, you can read it anytime you want to. Don't ever try to share it with others, okay? The copyright holder can sue you, yes, and they could ask for some money. Yes, they can. But it is not federally criminal in the U.S. Laws around the world are different. Okay, some countries have stiffer copyright laws compared to others. And some, like, we're automatically assuming China has zero. Okay? So, this is important to know. Alright. So, for those of you that are younger that don't know what's going on here, the Trove was a place where you can get PDFs for role-playing books from a lot of different companies. LimeWire, back, I believe it probably by now about 30 years ago, was a file sharing service in which you could used to be able to go to LimeWire, and you can go through there, see if there's any songs that you wanted, and download them for free. And that was a copyright infringement because they were taken away from companies' abilities to make money. And there were a lot of people that were going to LimeWire and other similar sites and downloading a lot of music. Back in the day, yeah, I did that a few hundred times. I love music, but those part-time jobs and all, it didn't pay that well. So LimeWire was the only way you can have some good music on your MP3 players and all that. So the ethics here is, do you do it or do you not? You have to decide for yourself if you want to do this. If your intent is just to complete a collection, I see no problem with it. That's my personal view. Have I used it? Yes, I have used both LimeWire and the Trove. There are multiple versions of the Trove out there. And so let's go through this. There we go. This is Internet Archive's Wayback Machine, and they actually have what, if my memory serves me right, the original Trove. This is a non-maintained website. So what that means is that this acts a little bit slower because sometimes it takes a while to get to the file and download it, and so you got to be patient. As you can see, there are a lot of old games on here, and that is wonderful. I remember going to the game shop in Des Moines when I first started getting into role playing back in the 80s. And I would see some of these games there, and but I was into Rollmaster, and so I ignored them. And there are times I wish that I would have bought some of these other games. Now, because of copyright infringement, there were companies that came through and they had their games removed. Let me go to D&D. Like I said, this is a long list of games. It is pretty darn amazing on that aspect. All right, and I thought I saw it. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, right there. It's it takes a while for it to load up, so you got to be patient on this. There we go. And so they got this set up, as in for the editions and all that. And so, yeah, they have 5th edition here, but I want to show you 1st edition because the purpose of this to me is filling collections, or there were editions that got damaged. Back when I had to stop playing doing role plays for a while because of family issues, I put my books away, and there was some water damage due to a local flood. And so I had to throw away a total of 8 books because they were at the bottom of the box. And it sucks because they were all out of print. And so out of print back in the day meant that you just were out of luck. I mean, eBay was relatively speaking new. Come on. And so some of these books, if you lost them, they were lost forever. So you could say, we're doing first edition. And look at all that. Dragonlance, a Greyhawk here. And so you were able to go here and look for things that you were wanting. Let's do adventure. And you would get this screen right here. Large companies like TSR, WotC, Iron Crown, Steve Jackson Games, they went through and they had their product removed. And so on the bigger companies, you can't get the files on this particular version. But on the smaller ones, I saw, well, let's go Dying Earth. See, and maybe you have one of those books, or you need just one book to complete. Come on. And so this is a chance. You got to make a decision for yourself. There we go. So there's for Dying Earth. And they got free stuff, so. But look at that nice list of books that you could get if you were needing it. So here it is. Dying Earth core book. That's what you need to start off with. And so you can see that they say how big the file is. And it looks like this one was removed too. Yep. And so right now it's being uploaded onto my file, onto my computer, and there it is. Like I said, you can find out. This is a 200-page book. So this might be a very good detailed book for you to do in your role-playing game. And if you wanted it, all you'd have to do is hit that right there to download it. And you would have it. Okay? And that is for the original Trove. Now, there are more versions of the Trove. There are 3 that I know of. And this one is this is the Trove Dungeon Church. Blah, blah, blah. You can see the web address up there. Now, this, from what I was able to go through, is for all of that, what they knew of that was a D20, a module, a book that supported Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so you have a lot to go through here. And Encyclopedia Arcane. Yes, if you see right, I've went through it. Doesn't mean I downloaded anything. And this was, I clicked the wrong one, but see how easy some of these will download. On this one, all of the links work. And I have a good antivirus. Make sure you have good antivirus when you do this stuff. But you can download. Let's try that Encyclopedia Arcane. Right there. Look at all those different books you could download if you were wanting them, but you understood the risks that you'd be taking. And so we're getting to the reason why I'm doing this video. I thought that was pretty cool. And so if you are an old-time gamer and all that, and there was like one of the original campaign books modules, ready to runs, whatever your game system called them, there is a good chance that you could get them. And this is another thing I wanted to talk about. There was some talk in WotC about how they could never do Dark Sun, because Dark Sun was what they felt was too dark, it was too violent and all that. But here you got Dark Sun. And since these are old PDFs, these are the original versions of all of these of this series. And so you could literally go finish filling out your Dark Sun collection, and you would have all these cool books for your collection. And you can see this is only a 44-page book, and you can download it. I'm not going to. This is just to show. But they have all of this here. The third one is this part here. Now this is the I.EU. EU would stand for European Union. In the US we use like a .com, .net. Well, in the EU it's .eu. Alright, and so they have very similar, almost identical formats to the original Trove here. And you can see they have a lot of games. I mean, if you are a Call of Cthulhu fan, there you are. And so there is all the variants, you know, because like with D&D, there was a lot of different third-party creations. There were a lot of different things to create. So here's Dungeons and Dragons, since that's so popular. And you can see that they have a bigger list compared to the original Trove. So we can go to, I think it's first edition modules. There we go. I mean, and look at all those modules. And each one of these works. You can download it. So, like I said, if you lost a book or was never ever able to get one, you can go through here to finish your collection. And so, we got to go to the reason why I'm doing this video. Whoops, too far. Rollmaster. No, it's MERP. Middle Earth role playing. There it is. This are a good list of all of them here. This book right here, Court of Ardor, is one of the earliest releases for this series, 1983. So, and since this is 2024, that means that this book was only printed for 2 years, and then Iron Crown stopped releasing it. And so this has been out of print for almost 40 years. That's how hard it is to find, because you know they stopped printing it. And so on the secondary market, you know, your eBay and that, you know, as every year passes, it makes it harder to get it. And so, you know, you're left with a decision. This is the decision that I had to make. I wanted Court of Ardor to finish my collection. I had 90% of these books, and there were a couple of them that I did not have, and Court of Ardor was one of them. And so I did try to follow the law. As I said earlier, if you can get the product from the official sources, please do. Then if you can't find it off the secondary market, like I said, eBay, Amazon, and all those other book selling sites and all that, you have to make the decision of trying to find it elsewhere. So I went through Drive-Thru RPG, Iron Crown, because it was released by Iron Crown Enterprises, Court of Ardor. There's no results for selected filters. Okay, I cannot get this off of Drive-Thru RPG. Okay, that's one source. I tried. Then I went to Iron Crown Enterprises' own website. Yes, Iron Crown has been sold and bought. They are now, instead of located in, I believe it was Charlottesville, North Carolina, they are now in the UK. And you can see, I put in there, Court of Ardor. Okay? Nothing found. I cannot buy this book by official means because it's no longer being sold. So, do I go without? Do I, wait and, like I said, every year these become more and more rare. How many people have Court of Ardor? Well, I know one guy that has Court of Ardor. It's part of his collection. He actually has the physical book. He's had that thing for almost 35 years. And he said it would cost $200 to buy it if he was to ever sell it. But he's not going to sell it because it's part of his collection. So, there it is. Court of Ardor. Now, so now you have to make the decision. I made mine. Now, I can't show the PDF online. I cannot share it. I cannot give anybody the link for it because that would be criminal. Just having it is only a civil violation. And if the owners were wanting to sue me or ask for money, I would have no choice but to give it to them. But because I am just a small RPG fan, I will probably be under the radar. Nobody's going to give a damn until I try to sell it, which will never happen. So the Trove exists, and you are able to get those long wanted PDFs, those files, those books that you were wanting. Do you want to do it? That's up to you. We got to remember that some of these companies went out of business. You cannot find them to go through the official route. Okay, Iron Crown was bought and sold a couple times, and you saw that. I can't buy it from them anymore. And the secondary market, there are people that are selling these books for extreme amounts of money because they know the book is valuable. If you're just starting off, like doing D&D or some of these other D&D clones like Pathfinder, you could go to these websites and download a few of these PDFs to start off with. See if you like it before you buy the books. I've actually used this to preview a couple books because I'm always looking for source books, information, inspiration, and all that. And so you can go, like if you went on eBay and you saw a book and you were going, well, do I want it? Is it worth it? You can then go find the PDF, kind of browse through it and go, yeah, it's worth having, and you can buy it. Or you might go, nope, that ain't happening, and just say, we'll find another book, maybe one that's better. Okay? So this is an opportunity for many people that are wanting to finish collections. Now remember that this is a civil matter, not a criminal, but unless you try to sell it and all that. Can you print them off? Yes, you can, but that again would become an illegal criminal act if you try to sell it. From what I have read, because I did try to research all this, if I got the PDF, I made a copy, and it never leaves this room, I'm good. I would love to hear your opinions on this. Yes, there is a lot of morality involved here. And like I've been saying, it is your choice. But if you want to complete a collection, replace a book that got damaged, here, this is an opportunity for you to find those long lost books, because like I've been saying, MERP, Middle Earth Role-Playing, has been out of print for 20, 30 or more years. Finding those books are going to be hard, and sometimes you might be stuck getting a crappy version of it, meaning it's been through hell, because some of us are pretty bad on books. Star Frontiers. I actually have 5 Star Frontiers books. And there is a part of me that found where I can download them and finish the collection. There's only a couple more small books and all that. I might do that. The possibilities are endless. Just remember, there is a difference between the civil and the criminal. And let's not break any criminal laws. And if you do it, make sure that you're willing to accept the civil responsibilities that you would be facing if the owner of the copyright decided to sue you. Hopefully, if you do something like this, the owner would say, pay me something reasonable, and here's $500, and okay, everything will be good. Okay. Please put your opinions below. Have you been to the Trove before? Was it in much better shape? Have you seen other sites like this online? Now, let's share the information. So everybody, please take care. Be at peace.